officially January 1st, and I'm super excited for this year because I have a lot of plans and a lot of goals. Before I get into like New Year's resolutions and what I'm going to do today, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to make my first meal of the day, which is going to be a breakfast smoothie, really quick. I am going to be counting my macros for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks to a month, just to continue experimenting and seeing kind of what works. Last time I tracked my macros was, I think I ended like a month ago, and it went really well, but then obviously we went into the holidays and it just didn't make sense. But it is January 1st, so Project Shred is officially in session. I have my meals roughly planned out. I just, like, when I make a macro plan, I'm not really sure what the proportions are because I'm not used to counting and like weighing my food. My goal with tracking macros is to understand like what different amounts of food feel like. The only thing that I know is difficult for me is that it's hard for me to get my protein in, so we'll see about that. Understanding nutrition and like what my body wants and needs and like how to fuel my fitness is definitely a goal for this year. So before I continue, I'm going to make my first smoothie of the day, which I think is going to be a green smoothie. Yes. Okay, so my first smoothie of the day is going to be relatively low carb, low fat. I found in the past that it's really hard for me to hit my protein and not go over on carbs and fat. So for now, I'm just gonna save that stuff for later on in the day. So for this smoothie, I'm gonna do 1 ounce of lemon juice, 110 grams of the 0% Fage yogurt, Fage, 1 scoop of protein, a tablespoon of maca, a scoop of green powder, and like 5 ounces of grated ginger. And ice and water. It's definitely not a sweet smoothie. It's more of like a tangy smoothie, I guess, because there's lemon juice in there and there's like no fruit. Like I said, there's no carbs in there, so there's nothing in there to make it sweet, which I don't mind. So, like I said, I'm tracking my macros and I do have a bit of a plan, but even just now I like deviated slightly because I weighed things weird, so I'm just gonna enter it in and see where I'm at. I just used the LiveSum app, so I entered in all my ingredients, and then if you go to details, you can see. So that meal was 237 calories, which whatever, but it was 35 grams of protein, and that's because I had the yogurt in there. The yogurt is like my secret weapon when it comes to getting enough protein in. So I just like have my source of protein and then also yogurt in things so that I can get enough protein for the day. And then 21 grams of carbs and 1.1 grams of fat. So far we're looking good. So I'm just gonna do some work and then I'm going to go to a yoga class. I'm gonna sign up for yoga today. So yeah, I'll see you later. Alrighty, I just finished up my first yoga class of the year. I realize I've never been to an actual yoga studio. The only yoga I've ever done is with like the yoga classes that they offer at a gym, and that's it. I've never been to an actual yoga studio, so that was fun. I like walked in and I was like, oh yeah, so like I'm new and is there anything I need to do, when what I really wanted to say was like, oh my god, help me, I'm dying, because I like hate when I'm new at something. I like don't know anything. I just like don't know anything and I need help, and basically like someone to hold my hand. And she was like, oh yeah, like you're good, just walk in there. And I like had no idea what was going on, but it was fun, it was fun. Hopefully I keep it up. It's 1:05 right now and I need to go make lunch. And yeah, and then I'll talk to you some more about my New Year's resolutions. So for lunch, I'm gonna be making spring rolls. I'm using these like wrappers that I got from Winco. It's the only brand that they had. And yeah, I'm just gonna cook up the meat and then cut up some vegetables and make a sauce, like a dipping sauce, and then wrap these puppies up. Okay, so let's talk about the new year. I think my strategy this year that's different from other years is to not necessarily focus on like, this is what I have to do, but more like how I'm gonna do it. Because I feel like before I would always just like be making lists and planning and planning and planning, and then I would burn out, versus just like enjoying the process and like living in the moment. So I'm definitely going to try and be more like, what can I do right now versus like what's all the stuff I have to do in the future. If that makes sense. Anyways, I'll see you for dinner. So what do you think? Like, I just like shove it in there? I don't know how. Help me. Hey, maybe if I faced it the other way. How do I do it?
You like hold it in place with your other hand. Like hold it here so that it doesn't like.
Look it up.
I'm like looking at it. I'm just helping the process. Yeah, things are happening.
Cool.
And then yeah, you should get a little core that comes out of the middle. Cool. It's working.
Where's the core? Oh.
See it?
Interesting.
Nice. Good morning, everyone. It's
several days later, and I was editing this footage and I realized that I did not explain very well what my New Year's resolutions were. So I'm going to finish up this vlog with A, my macros for the day, and B, the actual explanation of what my New Year's resolutions were, because like I said, I did not explain them very well and they're very important to me, so I want to get the point across. Really quick, I'm going to recap the macros for the day. I actually really did enjoy all of those meals. As you saw, that was my first time spiralizing vegetables, and I'm actually really enjoying it. One of the things that I do miss when I'm counting macros is, well, carbs. I love the experience of pasta, and spiralized zucchini gives me that feeling. I use the LifeSum app. P.S. I'm not sponsored by them. I have 8 subscribers. Who's gonna sponsor me? I entered in all my like stuff for the day and blah blah blah. 8 grams over my carbs, 5 grams over my protein, and I had 8 grams of fat left. So that's like a pretty good margin of error, so I'm happy with that, especially since, like I said earlier, it's always hard for me to hit my protein, so the yogurt's definitely helping, and then my sources of protein were like chicken, turkey, protein powder, and then the yogurt to like supplement. Really quick, so on that day I actually did have 2 pieces of chocolate, I just want to be honest, and I didn't enter them into my macros because I know that it happened. All right, I don't need it living in my phone making me feel guilty, like I know. Anyways, on to the fun stuff, the New Year's resolutions. Basically, I have a lot of goals, a lot of things that I want to achieve this year, and I mean, I've always wanted to achieve all those things. There's always been like a bullet point list of things that I've wanted to achieve. How do I explain this? I always feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, jumping off the cliff into whatever, the pool of all my hopes and dreams has always been so difficult for me, and I always try and plan and prepare and anticipate and just get myself ready, and most of the time I end up not jumping off the cliff, not taking the risk and going for it because I'm scared. I'm terrified. I have no idea why, but my goals scare me. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I succeed? I don't know. And so I think that in the past I've always tried to prepare and anticipate and get ready and plan in hopes that it would make me less scared, but instead I just burn myself out because I'm just like thinking about it too much, and then by the end of it I'm like exhausted and I haven't accomplished anything. So this year is the year of Giselle. Giselle's not real. Giselle lives in my head. She's the perfect version of Sonia, and I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm an imperfect person in an imperfect world, and I've come to terms with that. Well, to the best of my ability. And instead of constantly measuring myself up to the perfect version of myself and expecting everything to go right all the time and to be prepared for everything before I've even done it, I'm finally going to just do things. I'm going to fail more and be best friends with myself and trust myself and the whole process and just do my best and have that be enough. I hope that I explained that right, but I probably didn't. I'm probably gonna edit this and be like, oh my god, what are you saying? But that's okay. I'm sure along the way I'll find a way to explain myself better. So in the meantime, I hope that everyone is having a wonderful new year. I am so excited for this year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!